All right, everybody. Welcome to the Class A State Championship presented by the Minnesota Baseball Association. You're watching it on PrepSpotlight.tv. Andy Price with you today, and we want to thank our partners, including Wings Financial. Wings Financial proud to bring you this Class A tournament as well as the B and C. Wings Financial, we're for people like you. And also Xfinity. The X1 is the Xfinity X1 is the hub for all things sports with the Xfinity Sports Zone. We've got our 10 o'clock start here and a little of a hairy beginning to this as the Bloomington Bandits and Baseball 365 will match up. The Bloomington Bandits winning their spot into this final 16 by winning their pool play. They're unbeaten so far in the postseason. And Baseball 365 finished second in their pool. And we'll get you their lineups as we go. Baseball 365 wearing the blue uniforms.
32 Nick Seipel.
And white pants, blue tops, white pants. And the Bloomington Bandits wearing their maroon tops and white pants. Pitching for the Bloomington Bandits is Nick Seipel. Nick Seipel, the right-hander, will be going for the Bandits, and he will face Will Fazio, making his first ever start. He's a senior in high school at Blake High School. He's making his first start in this state tournament. Fazio batting right-handed. He's playing center field, and he takes a strike on the very first pitch. This is the round of 16 here in the State A tournament. 4 winners yesterday, fouled backs. Count goes to 0-2. 4 winners yesterday, including a walk-off that we will show you in a little bit in the last game, a win by the St. Anthony Hogs. First batter of this game, it's Baseball 365 taking on the Bloomington Bandits. The 0-2 pitch is fouled down the right field line and out of play. Baseball 365's only loss in the postseason. They lost to the Stockman Irish in their pool play, 16-11 in a high-scoring game. And that was their one loss, but they still qualified from the 30 that started pool play into the final 16. 0-2 pitch is up high, and the count goes to 1-2. As we take a look at the defensive lineup for the Bloomington Bandits after this pitch, count 1-2 to Fazio, the first batter of the game. And it's a chopper right back to the mound. Seipel fields it and throws on for the 1-3 putout. So at first base will be Eric Jubarian for
number 2,
the Bloomington Bandits. Playing second base is going to be Mike Dahl. At shortstop, Jack Tiemann. At third base is Ryan Walker. In left field is going to be O'Brien. We've got Robbins at center field, and then playing in right field is Tyvan Klinger. Catching for the Bloomington Bandits today, Garrett Gansky. First pitch, strike one, count 0-1. Seipel on the mound, the right-hander, high kick, and delivers the breaking ball high to the number 2 hitter, and that is Ryan Engler. Engler, the second baseman for Baseball 365. We'll break down some stats a little bit later on. Count 1-1, and the fastball outside. And it's 2-1. One out here in the top of the first inning. The winner moves on to the quarterfinals, and that will be played next Saturday. Andy Price with you here. We've got coverage of all 80 games of the amateur tournament, A, B, and C. Foul back, foul tip, so its count will stay 1-2 to Engler. One ball, 2 strikes. Seipel facing Engler. Curveball is popped up. Jubarian will head towards the bag. It will be the second baseman, Dahl, who will make the play. So the pop out to the second baseman, second out.
First baseman number 28, Nate Belhan.
Nate Balin is up next for Baseball 365. First 2 batters out. First pitch called strike. Balin, the first baseman for Baseball 365. We'll give you A few numbers. They Baseball 365 finished the regular season this year 7-10, 5-2 in league, and as I said, they are 3-1 in postseason play. Fastball just off the outside part of the plate, but it gets a swinging strike. So Seipel is now a strike away from getting out of this inning clean, the top half of the first inning. Baseball 365. Managed by Nate Cousins. Little pop up toward short, and the catch is made by Tiemann. So 3 up, 3 down for Seipel in the first. To the quarterfinals. Then we had a little bit of a blowout as the defending champions from the Minneapolis Cobras 10-run.
The Bloomington Bandits, left fielder number 19, Connor O'Brien.
Their opponent to move on, and then the walk-off home run last night by St. Anthony Village, the Hogs, to win it. So the first pitch here, we'll get you lined up with what's going on here. Pitching for the Baseball 365 is Noah Danner. Danner throws a fastball and it's fouled away, and he is facing Connor O'Brien. Count 1-1 now. And the slider is over for a strike. Count goes to 1-2. Connor O'Brien in his last game went 4 for 6 with 3 runs. As I mentioned, the Bloomington Bandits went a perfect 4-0 in their league play. Foul ball down the right field side. It does go out of play. O'Brien batting right-handed. He's going to be playing left field, or started the game in left field. And Noah Danner pitching, another tall, slender right-hander. Looks to be about 6'2.5", and throwing some good stuff with the fastball and a little bit of a slider so far we've seen. 1 ball, 2 strikes to O'Brien. First batter of the game, and the fastball just misses off the corner, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We are in the bottom of the first inning here at Palm Field at St. Anthony Village. Fastball up at the letters, swing and miss, and O'Brien goes down swinging. Game still looking for its first base runner, and batting will be Jack Tiemann.
Shortstop now, number 24, Jack Tiemann.
He'll bat from the left side, shortstop. Setting the defensive lineup for the Baseball 365 squad. Catching is Catching is Jack Pieram as the foul ball goes straight back. Count evens up at 1-1. At first base is Nate Balin. At second base, Ryan Engler. Shortstop, Sam Kalusa. At third base, Joe Collier. Pitch misses low, goes to 2-1. Paul Leffler is in left field. The leadoff hitter, Will Fazio, in center. And Quinlan Milne Rojek in right field. Pitching again, Noah Danner. Ground ball up the middle. Fielded by the shortstop Kulesa, and fires on to first. And 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning for the Bloomington Bandits.
And with 2 away, center fielder number 28, David Robbins.
The Bloomington Bandits' last game, an 8-5 win over the St. Paul Capitals. The Capitals will be playing a little bit later on. They also qualified for the final 16. It's now single elimination the rest of the way as the breaking ball is outside to Robbins. Robbins, a very good hitting center fielder. Another breaking ball misses up, and it's count 2-0 here. 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Scoreless. Pitching for baseball 365 again. Noah Danner. Danner, the nice low breaking ball, chopped into the on-deck circle, fielded nicely by the on-deck batter. It was the catcher, Garrett Gansky. 2 balls and a strike, 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Baseball 365 in their blue tops and white pants. Bloomington, the Bandits, in their maroon tops and white pants. Pitches outside, and we go to 3-1 on David Robbins. Robbins in his last 2 games had been hitting the ball very well. He drives it out to center field, and making the play will be Fazio, and that ends the inning. So, both sides go quietly 3 up and 3 down in the first inning. Before we go to commercial, we want to set up what happened last night, and I'm going to show you this a couple times today. We had a great finish last night. Game tied 5-5 in our final game. And it was the St. Anthony Hogs at the plate in the bottom of the 9th inning as they were taking on the Minneapolis Angels. And the game came down to a final at-bat. Ethan Rowe, who had already homered in the game for St. Anthony Village, comes to the plate with a chance to win the game. And on the call was Steve Thompson.
Runner Janke. Here's one hit in the air to left. Carrying deep, away back. Miller to the fence. It's gone! A 2-run bomb wins it. Ethan Rowe, a 2-run shot. And the St. Anthony Hogs defeat the Minneapolis Angels 7-5 in walk-off fashion. His second home run of the night. A 2-run shot to left.
Starting up the top half of the inning for baseball 365.
Great call by Steve Thompson last night as the home team here, the host of this Class A tournament, the St. Anthony Hogs, move on to the final 8, where they will play the defending champions, the Minneapolis Cobras, next Saturday. Game that you can see here at Palm Field, or you can watch it on PrepSpotlight.tv. So we go to the second inning now. Top of the second inning. We are scoreless. Nobody has reached base yet in this one. And coming to the plate for Baseball 365 is the designated hitter, Mark Fenstead. Fenstead in their last game, their loss 16-11 to the Stockman Irish, was 1 for 4 with 2 RBI. Looks at a pitch just off the plate, and the count goes to 2-0. The scoreboard has been down. The massive amount of rain that they got here in St. Anthony Village on Friday knocked out the scoreboard. Drive to center field on the fastball, and Fenstead will fly out as the center fielder Robbins is right underneath there to make the play.
With 1 away, the catcher, number 3, Jack Pyra.
In the second inning, 1 down, the pitcher for the Bloomington Bandits, Nick Seipel, is not allowed a runner yet through his first 4 batters. Jack Pyram, the catcher, will now be at the plate for Baseball 365. The right-hander delivers fastball, and it is fouled back and out of play. The count goes 0-1. Pyram 2 for 4 with an RBI in their last game, which was their loss to the Stockman, or their last loss to the Stockman Irish. They beat Stillwater actually in their final game of the playoff round, the round robin play, to lock up their spot here in the tournament. Count goes to 0-2 as a called strike on the fastball. Seipel to Pyram. 0-2 pitch just off the plate, and the count goes to 1-2. Top of the second inning here in St. Anthony Village. It is a beautiful ballpark, Palm Field, just a great setting. These guys picked up the tournament kind of late into the process. It was looking to be played in Bloomington. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball right up the middle, and we have our first base hit as Pyram will single up the middle. One out and one
Shortstop now,
on.
number 5, Sam Colsa.
Sam Colessa is up. Colessa, the shortstop. Runner at first now. He's got a 3-step lead, and the first pitch on the way from Seipel is low. Pyram, the number 5 hitter and a catcher, maybe not the most likely candidate to run, but see if he garners any attention over there here in the second inning. First base runner of the game. Base hit from Pyram, and the 1-0 pitch is on the way, and it's grounded into the hole between short and third. And Colessa's on with the second hit of the inning. So with one out, back-to-back
Left fielder
knocks
now, number 19,
by
Paul
Baseball
Loeffler.
365. Paul Loeffler will be up. Another right-handed hitter. He's the left fielder. And he's got runners at first and second. A little bit of a threat going for Baseball 365 here in the second inning. Sweet 16 play, single elimination. Winner moves on. Good curveball over for a strike, and Seipel gets ahead in the count to start with. Bloomington Bandits managed by George Walker. And the Baseball 365 team managed by Nate Cousins. Nate also pitched. In fact, he pitched the last game to get him into the 0-2 on the swing. The last game against Stillwater, they got him in over 150 pitches thrown, complete game. So he says he's done for a week and a half. Well, we'll see if they get the opportunity to play again next week. If they lose here, the season is done. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on, first and second, and the fastball right up at the letters, and it is going to drop for a base hit. Now they get the runner at third who had gone back. The throw is off the mark, and so everybody is safe. Another base hit, so off the end of the bat, it's going to fall, and everybody moves on.
Third baseman now, number 11, Joe Collier.
Joe Collier at the plate. Bases are loaded and one out. Nick Seipel in a little bit of trouble as he got the first out of the inning, but now has watched 3 straight singles. Foul ball right off the end of the bat as Joe Collier, the third baseman, falls behind 0-1. So we've got Pyram at third, Kulesa at second, and Loeffler at first. Bases loaded. 0-1 pitch. Pitch was up above the letters, but taking the hack is Collier, and he fouls it out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Seipel ahead in the count in the jam. Top of the second inning here. Baseball 365 and Bloomington tied. Shakes off the signal from the catcher Gansky, and time is called. No balls, 2 strikes. Number 8 hitter Joe Collier with a chance to put Baseball 365 on the board. Fouled back, not able to be held by Gansky. He might have caught a piece of him as well. So the count remains 0-2, and the umpire helps out Gansky by dusting off the plate, giving him a chance to regroup. 0-2 the count, bases are loaded, and the pitch on the way. Tapped right out front, and it's going to be fair And we're going to have a double play on that. Very nice play by Gansky to get out of the jam. He fields it in fair territory and unassisted gets the out at home and then fires down to get the double play. That is a 2-3 grounded into double play by Collier, and that ends the threat. So we're going to step aside and take a break. It is 0-0, baseball 365, the Bloomington Bandits in Sweet 16 play here at the State A Tournament, Minnesota State Amateur Baseball. We'll be back in just a second. So a very good defensive play to end the top of the second inning. Bases loaded and one out, and we get the 2-3 double play. Garrett Gansky, who had in that at-bat taken a foul tip into a spot that stung him a little bit, but he was able to regroup and make the nice athletic play to get the chopper right out in front of the plate. He actually fumbled with the grab on it a little bit and then stepped on the plate to get the force out and then fired down to first to end the inning. So coming back out for the second inning, Noah Danner pitching for baseball 365, and he'll face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Bloomington, and that is Garrett Gansky, Eric Jubarian, and Ryan Walker. So Gansky, the cleanup hitter who made the nice play to get out of the jam, will get the first cracks at Danner. First pitch fastball right down the middle, strike one. Gansky wearing number 12. Open stance, batting on the right-hand side. And he looks at a curveball that's just up, over the plate, but just high. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. Could not check his swing. He goes around on the slider outside, and the count goes to 1-2. Gansky in their last game, 2 for 3 with 3 runs batted in their big win to close out play against the Capitals, and he goes down swinging. The second strikeout for Danner.
First baseman now, number 6, Eric Jubarian.
Eric Jubarian will come to the plate with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. First pitch fastball, outside corner, strike 1. Going over those scores from yesterday, the Stockman's Irish 5-0 winner over St. Paul Hops. Breaking ball misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Eric Jubarian, the first baseman. His first at-bat. Danner has retired all 4 batters he has faced in this game. Fastball just on the corner, and it count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 to Jubarian, and it's popped foul and out of play, and the count will remain. So as I mentioned yesterday, the 4 games, the Stockman's Irish win the first one. They move on to the quarterfinals where they'll face Lions Pub as they beat St. Louis Park 8-3, and then the Minneapolis Cobras, the defending champions. Foul ball straight back to the net. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. They 10-run the Northwest Orioles 18-1 the final, and they move on in defense of their championship into the quarterfinals where they'll play St. Anthony Village. Ground ball to third, picked up by Collier, and Collier throws on to get the out. So Jubarian goes out, 5-3.
Ryan Walker.
Ryan Walker will be batting. He is the manager's son, George Walker. Sixth in the order, and Danner fires a fastball. Walker flares it down the line, and that's going to be fair. Just fair. And Walker gets on board with the first base hit for the Bloomington Bandits. Right off the end of the bat, and Danner expressing the displeasure of watching that one land inside the line.
Davis.
It was about 6 inches inside the chalk, if I could see it from here. And so the first base runner of the game is on board, and Scott Davis, the designated hitter, will come to the plate. He bats from the right side. Out of the stretch, Danner throws strike one on a curveball. 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. No score on the board. Runner at first base for the Bloomington Bandits. Danner delivers fastball, swing and a miss, and the count goes to 0-2. His first at-bat against, or in the stretch, and Davis's first at-bat of the game. We are in the bottom of the second. 1-2 the count, and the pitch, fouled straight back. This is the first of 4 games today. Playing at 10, 1, 4, and 7 o'clock. 2-strike pitch. Lifted out to center field. And chasing it down out there will be Fazio, and Fazio makes the play.
And after 2 innings,
So 2 innings are complete.
Game at 0-0.
No runs on the board as of yet. We're going to step aside for a break and
If
come
you've
back.
not already done so, make sure to visit the Minnesota
PrepSpotlight.tv's coverage of the Minnesota Amateur Baseball Championship. You're watching the Class A Sweet 16 on PrepSpotlight.tv.
T-shirts, wow, supply.
Back with you, and Dave Ogle on camera, the director of photography, as we are in the 3rd inning of this Sweet 16 matchup between the Bloomington Bandits and
Leading off the top half of the third.
Baseball
right fielder,
365.
number 6,
These two
Quinlan
teams did not face
Miller.
each other in the regular season. Winner moving on. The following game will be the Metro Knights, who advanced in as second place of their pool against the New York Yankees / Boston Celtics / Montreal Canadiens of the amateur baseball world in Class A, and that is the Minneapolis Millers. So that will be the second game beginning at 1 o'clock. Batting for Baseball 365 right now is the right-handed hitter, number 9 hitter, Quinlan Milne Rojak. And the foul ball just outside, or off wide of first base. And the count goes to 0-2. Seipel pitching his 3rd inning, getting out of the jam with the double play to end it last inning. 0-2 pitch to Milne Rojak, and he's going to go down swinging on a nice fastball on the outer half of the plate. First strikeout for Seipel. And we go back to the top of the order.
Baseball
Will Fazio.
Center fielder number 18, Will Fazio.
Will Fazio grounded back to the pitcher on a 1-hopper in the first inning. No score. We're in the 3rd. Nobody on base and an out in this one. And the first pitch is popped straight up and just over the top of the press box, which is just askew down the first base line, not directly behind home plate here. Gorgeous setting right on the backside of St. Anthony Village High School. Storied baseball tradition here in St. Anthony Village, and their town team is on to the round of 8. Breaking ball over for a strike, and the count goes to 0-2 on Fazio. Fazio making his first start. And he's doing it here in the round of 16. Fastball. Gets him. Another well-spotted fastball on the outside part of the plate, and the right-handed swinging Fazio goes down. So back-to-back strikeouts for Seipel.
Second baseman number 2, Ryan Buglar.
Seipel with 2, and Ryan Engler is up. First pitch fouled off. Count 0-1. I'm trying to make sure we get this all correct. For some reason, the public address announcer called him Kugler, but he's Engler is his name. And he is batting for the second time in this game. He popped out to the second baseman. His first time up. Count moves to 1-1 here in the top of the third, all tied up. No score in this one. Fastball just misses low. 2 balls and a strike to Engler. Engler, in their loss to the Stockman Irish in playoff play, went 3 for 4 with 3 RBI, and he was 1 for 3 with a run scored in their win over Stillwater that advanced them on. Another pitch low, and it's 3 balls and a strike. 2 outs, top of the third, nobody on. Engler in the box ready, and the pitch by Seipel was delivered foul into the net. Will be picked up by Nate Balin. First of 4 games here today. All 4 on PrepSpotlight.tv. 80 games in total on PrepSpotlight.tv. Everybody who's subscribing to single games or to packages for Class A, B, C, or the entire enchilada, we appreciate your support, as does the Minnesota Baseball Association. And Engler reaches out and smacks the 4th single of the game given up by Seipel. This one shot to center field.
Designated hitter.
Fielded by Robbins and brought back in.
Nate Balin.
Nate Balin coming up to the plate. So 4 singles given up by Seipel. Little music, walk-up music getting in there as well. First pitch is a nice fastball on the hands, and it's fouled straight back by Balin. He popped up to the shortstop in his first at bat to end the first inning. He now bats with 2 out and a runner on first base here in the 3rd inning of a scoreless game. Engler with the lead at first. Doesn't appear to be going anywhere, and the pitch is outside. Ball and a strike now to Balin. From the stretch, he delivers, and it's foul tipped into the glove. Can't run. That one caught bad. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gansky, though, not taking any chances, hopping quickly from behind the plate to track down that ball. A ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs with a runner at first here, top of the third. Seipel's pitch is fouled away. Fastball that was on the outer half of the plate. Ball and 2 strikes remains the count. As we take a look at the past champions in Class A play. 1-2 pitch on the way. Again, fouled away. He reaches out and hits the breaking ball foul, staying alive. Balin will again step back into the box with a 1-2 count. So in the decade of the 2000s, or 2010s, the Minnetonka Millers won 5 of those 10 championships. Last year's champion, the Minneapolis Cobras, they're still alive with a chance to defend. 1-2 pitch is high, and we count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, a runner at first, 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning, no score. Other champions in the 2010s, the Stockman's Irish, they're still around. They They won it in 2011. The St. Paul Shamrocks in 13. They did not make the Sweet 16 field. Line drive and a base hit down the line from Balin. And stopping at second after a wide turn will be Engler, and another 2 runners on base in this inning. Sharp single past the diving third baseman.
Hitter now, number 22, Mark Fenstad.
Mark Fenstad, the designated hitter who started off the second inning with a fly ball to center field. He comes to bat with 2 runners on and 2 outs here in the top of the third. Baseball 365, and the Bloomington Bandits scoreless. The squad from Baseball 365 looking to mark the scoreboard first with another great opportunity. They had the bases loaded in the second. They have 2 runners on. 5 singles in all for the squad from Baseball 365. First pitch on the way. It's a fastball. Looked like he might have caught a little piece of it, but it's strike 1 nonetheless. Rounding out the 2010s, the St. Paul Capitals, who are still alive in the tournament, they play in a Sweet 16 game later on today. That's a 4 o'clock game, and you can catch that here on PrepSpotlight.tv. They won in 2014. Pitch outside, and the count evens 1-1. Seipel trying to sneak in that back door on the slider, catching the wide side of the plate, but he misses. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 runners on, 2 outs. In this, the top of the third inning. They play 9. Seipel delivers, and it has popped up. And the second baseman, Dahl, will camp out underneath it, and battling the high sky. Americana, and something that happens every year, and that's the state amateur baseball tournament here in Minnesota. And this is the Class A tournament, the Sweet 16. This is the first of 4 weekends of coverage on PrepSpotlight.tv. Tyven Klinger is batting for the Bloomington Bandits here in the top of the third. His first at-bat of the game. He's playing right field, batting from the right side, and Danner misses low. Noah Danner pitching his third inning, and the ground ball will be wide of the bag, foul at third base, and the count goes to 1-1. Klinger with 2 RBI in their win over the St. Paul Hops during tournament play, 9-5. Swing and a miss, but count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Unable to hang on to it was Piram, the catcher, but that's neither here nor there. 1-2 pitch from Danner on the way. Swing and a miss on a good breaking ball. And another strikeout for Danner. Mike Dahl at the plate now. He's the number 9 hitter.
Now for the Bandits, left fielder number 19, Connor O'Brien.
Now this is Mike Dahl. Dahl batting. They were waiting till the last second to see who was going to be playing second base and batting ninth. Dahl getting the call. And he watches his first pitch outside, a breaking ball misses. Swing and a miss, and the count goes to 1-1. 1 down here in the bottom of the third. The Bloomington Bandits on the field or in the field in their blue jerseys. Or I'm sorry, the Baseball 365 in the field in their blue jerseys, the Bloomington Bandits. At the plate, and the breaking ball misses, and that evens the count. 3 balls and a strike. I thought the third one was a strike. My bad. 3-1 the count. Danner takes a deep breath and goes into the windup and delivers. Strike fastball on the inner half, and the count goes full. The last two champions, as the foul ball catches a piece of Dahl, and count remains full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So the last two champions in Class A, St. Louis Park won in 2018. They were beaten yesterday, so they are out of the tournament. And then the Minneapolis Cobras, who moved on with the 18-1 win yesterday over the Northwest Orioles. So full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Danner delivers to Dahl on the ground ball towards first base, and it's picked up and fielded by Jubarian. He flips over. It's picked up by Balin, and he flips over to the pitcher, Danner, covering.
Previous batter was number 23, Mike Dahl.
So we go to the top of the order.
For the Bandits.
Connor O'Brien.
19, Connor O'Brien.
O'Brien struck out to start the game, or at least the bottom of the first inning. Danner just allowing the one base hit. The single off the bat of Ryan Walker in the second inning. First pitch swinging strike on the breaking ball. Now fastball right at the knees. Strike 2, another swing and a miss. And O'Brien, who struck out his first time out, is trying to again make some contact here in the third inning. We are in the bottom of the third. We do not have a run on the board. This is a 9-inning ball game. Sweet 16 action here of the Class A state tournament. 0-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Nice slider. And a quick work 2-strikeout inning for Noah Danner. So we played 3 full.
And after 3 innings complete,
and it is scoreless, Bloomington. And Baseball 365. We're going to go to the fourth, but before we do, we are going to take a break. We'll be right back.
A, B, and C state tournament games are streamlined.
Andy Price and Dave Ogle with you here at Palm Field in St. Anthony Village, and it's the 4th inning of the first game of Sweet 16 play this Sunday of the Minnesota State A baseball tournament. State B and C tournaments begin next week, and we will have coverage from Shakopee's Schlepper Field. We'll be down in Springfield at their beautiful ballpark right along the Cottonwood River, and we will be in Milroy as they have picked up the job of hosting. New Ulm was supposed to host the B and the C, and they opted out, so it was shifted around, and the Baseball Association did a great job of finding sites, and the sites are doing a fabulous job of getting their ballparks ready in Shakopee and Milroy. Springfield knew they were going to have the tournament, and they are getting ready now for the balance of the Class A or Class C tournament, and the first pitch from Seipel here in the 4th is a ball low. Catcher Jack Piram at the plate. He singled his first time up in the second inning. He started the ball rolling with 3 straight singles. Seipel gets the ground ball to short, and it is bobbled at short by Tiemann, and Piram is going to get on base for the second time, but he's going to get on with the air on the shortstop, Tiemann. So leading off and getting on here in the 4th is Piram, and that brings up Kulesa. Kulesa, the shortstop for Baseball 365. He singled to left field his first time up. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside, ball one. Single to left. He was stranded on base with that inning-ending double play, the 2-3. Nice play by the catcher, Gansky. Runner at first, 1-0 pitch is high, 2 balls and no strikes. Winner advancing on to the quarterfinals, which will be played next Saturday. 4 games back here next Saturday. 10, 1, 4, and 7 if you want to make it out here. Great place to watch a baseball game. Also, if you want to just catch all the action at the same time, you can watch all 4 feeds going on next Saturday. You'll see the games here. You'll see the games in Shakopee, Springfield, and Milroy all going on next Saturday, all on PrepSpotlight.tv. Hope you tell your friends and family. The baseball lovers is Swing and a Miss by Kulesa, and the count goes to 2-1. If you know anybody who loves grub baseball, amateur baseball, what Minnesota Town Ball has been all about, we've got it all right here on PrepSpotlight.tv. Let everybody know, and I think it's a very affordable viewership for these 80 games. Swing and a Miss, and the count evens up 2-2. Seipel, who had 2 strikeouts in his last inning, is looking for a big one here with the leadoff runner on first base. 2-2 pitch is lifted into right field, and that's going to fall right again off the end of the bat. Heading towards third is Piram, and the throw is almost in time, but he gets his hand in there, and he is safe. Advancing down to second on the throw will be Kulesa.
Left fielder now, number 19, Paul Loeffler.
And that is a good piece of base running by both. Off and running was Piram. Loeffler at the plate. Paul Loeffler, he singled to left field as well. Runners at second and third and nobody out. Another jam for the third straight inning. Multiple runners on base for baseball 365. Good pitch. A little bit of a spinner. Catches Loeffler looking, and it's a strike. No balls, 1 strike. 2 runners on. Top of the 4th inning here. Not getting ahead of myself. On the score bug, the home team and the visiting team is swapped. The Bloomington Bandits are the home team. They won their pool, advancing on here to the Sweet 16. Strike called, no balls, 2 strikes. Runners at second and third. And nobody out here in the 4th. That ball is called foul as it catches the bat right around the hand area of Loeffler. He smiles about it a little bit, a wry smile, I think you would say. Almost let that hit him. Would have loaded the bases. Loeffler batting 7th in the order. He is the left fielder. Batting from the right side of the box, of the plate. And the pitch is outside. A ball and 2 strikes to Loeffler. Joe Collier on deck. Runners at second and third for baseball 365. Can they push a run across and mark the scoreboard? Breaking ball. Infield was played in, but they are unable to get the runner heading home. So an RBI for Loeffler on the 4-3 putout. Dahl was playing in, but the ball was hit too slow. It was a 4-hopper that got Dahl, and there was no way for him to make the play and head home with it. So give Loeffler the RBI and give baseball 365 a run. They lead 1-0. The runner advances on to third is Kulesa, and Collier up, and he flares a foul over top of the press box and into the softball diamond, which is adjacent to this baseball field, Palm Field, here in St. Anthony Village. So a runner at third with 1 out now, but a run is in. Can they push across this second run? Infield playing about at the baseline depth. And the ball's fouled straight back into the net, right above us, and the count goes to 0-2. So Seipel has pitched himself out of jams in the second and the third inning. Here in the 4th, he's given up a run, but if he can keep that runner at third, that would be, I would say, it would equate to pitching out of the jam. No balls, 2 strikes. Out of the stretch, the pitch is roped over the shortstop's head, and Collier with a base hit, and that'll score Kulesa. So Collier, you could say, gets a little redemption. It was Collier who grounded into the double play, the 2-3 double play that ended that second inning. Will give him an RBI now.
Number 6, Quinlan Milne Rojek.
And it is 2-0. There we go, updating the score rug for you. Baseball 365 on the board here in the fourth inning with a runner at first and one out. Quinlan Milne Rojek up, and he flares it down the left field line. That's not going to be caught, and that's going to drop. So another flare base hit, and the base hits singles are all adding up right now.
Top of the order now for 365.
The inning started with an error
Fazio.
that let Jack Pyram, sorry about that, get on, and he came around to score after a couple base hit and then a ground ball that scored Pyram. Then 3 base hits in the inning, so 3 more hits, 8 hits total for Baseball 365. Runners at first and second, and we're back to the top of the order. Will Fazio at the plate. Fazio 0 for 2 with a ground ball back to the pitcher and a strikeout. He takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. 2 runs in this inning. Swing and a miss on a good breaking ball by Seipel. So Nick Seipel had been able to extricate himself out of some jams early, and right now he has seen that string come to an end as 2 runs have crossed the plate here in the top of the fourth inning for Baseball 365 as Nate Cousins is trying to get his group on. And I flinched a little bit. I was looking at my book and I looked up and I saw baseball coming right back at me and I flinched, even though there's a beautiful net right in front of me. That's horrible. Almost make you want to retire as a broadcaster when that happens. Foul ball. So 2 strikes still to Fazio. Fazio leading off and getting the chance to start in this game. And swing and a miss. Runner at first, so he cannot advance on. His second strikeout, Fazio's second strikeout, third strikeout for
number 2, Ryan Fuglar.
Third strikeout for the pitcher Seipel. So Engler's still up, or Engler batting, not Kular or whatever they just announced him at. It is Engler. And it's runners at first and second with 2 outs. And the first pitch is a fastball that just misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 runs in this inning off of 3 base hits. Engler 1 for 2. He singled to center. Every base hit has been a single so far. 8 base hits, they've all been singles. Now in this inning, the Kulesa single, he went it down to second on the throw. Engler swings and misses a mighty cut. Gets him stumbling across the left-handed batter's box and a little bit up the first base line before he regroups himself. So Engler looking to drive in a run, and he's got the opportunity. The wind is blowing out right now out of this ballpark a little bit towards right center field. I'll give you the dimensions when we come back for the bottom of the fourth inning. And the fastball catches the outside part of the plate, and the count goes to 1-2 on Engler. Engler popped up to the second baseman in his first at-bat, singled, and was stranded on base in the third inning. Baseball 365 is on the board with 2 here in the top of the fourth. This is the top. And the 2-strike pitch is a breaking ball spinning wide, and barely holding on for dear life was Engler. He does not pull the trigger with the swing, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We are here in the top of the fourth inning. 2 runs on the board this inning, trying to make it more. He's got a couple ducks on the pond. Curveball is swung on and fouled away down the right field side and out of play. Seipel has got his share of innings. Looking at the bench right here for the Bloomington Bandits, they came with just the right amount of players, so they don't have anybody at this moment in time that would come off the bench to play. And a nice strikeout by Seipel. So he gets 2 strikeouts after the damage is done, and that ends the inning. He's got 4 strikeouts on the game. So 2 runs and one of them will be earned. One of them is unearned on the air that started the inning. But they get 3 base hits, and they leave 2 more runners on. So they've left 6 runners on base so far as Baseball 365. But that is a moot point because they scored 2 runs in the inning, and they take a 2-0 lead. So we're going to take a break, and we will be back in just a bit on PrepSpotlight.tv. To the background music of Tracy Lawrence here at Palm Field in St. Anthony Village. Noah Danner coming. He'll be facing the number 2, 3, and 4 hitters for this Bloomington Bandits team.
For the Bandits, shortstop number 24, Jack Tiemann.
Jack Tiemann, David Robbins, and Garrett Gansky will be batting. Tiemann grounded out to short in his first time up. First pitch, good fastball over for Danner. He comes right back out of the windup and swing and a miss. Tiemann, the shortstop, looking to atone for his error that started the 4th inning. Pitches low in the dirt and bounces away from the catcher Pyram. Two balls and a strike. Danner to Tiemann here in the 4th inning. And the pitch misses outside, so the count 3-1. We were going to talk about the dimensions here in this half inning. So down the left field line and down the right field line, it's just at 315, and the right field has a swing and a miss from Tiemann, and the count runs full. Has a great area for spectators. They call it Palm's Porch. It's taller fence, swing and a miss, and another strikeout, and a big swing and a miss from Tiemann, and strikeout number 5 for Noah Danner.
Center fielder now, number 28, David Robbins.
David Robbins coming to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th inning with 1 out. To the alleys, they have it at 365 to both the right center and left center alley, and Robbins pops it up on the very first pitch, and it'll be the shortstop Kulesa who's going to take charge and call off the third baseman Collier and make the play. So 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
12, Garrett Gansky.
Garrett Gansky struck out in the 2nd inning. He comes to the plate now here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Danner has been very effective and very efficient. First pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, throwing the slide piece, and he misses. Danner given now the luxury of having a 2-run lead. 1-0 to Gansky. Danner delivers low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Just a spectacular day here right now. Breeze blowing out, maybe 5 to 8 miles an hour, and now it's shifting almost dead center field, so that would be out of the northeast to the south, or northwest to the southeast. Swing and a miss as Gansky could not hold up. Yes, northwest to southeast is where it's blowing out of the northeast, probably at about northwest. I'm sorry, at about 5 to 8 miles an hour. So blowing dead out to center field at this moment. Danner's pitch is lifted foul. It looks like it's going to stay in play, but the right fielder, well far away from there at the beginning, was unable to track it down. So 2 strikes now on Gansky as Danner is looking to complete his third 1-2-3 inning in his first 4 innings of pitching. Danner delivers, pitches just off the plate, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gansky. Fastball fouled back. And the count remains full, and Gansky remains alive. I've got the call of the next game, the Minneapolis Millers and the Metro Knights. Timeout is called before the second full count pitch can be delivered, as umpire wants to clean off the corner of the plate. That game is scheduled to start at 1 o'clock, and then we have 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock games, and those games will be called by Ren Clayton. Breaking ball low, and the first walk of the game is issued by Danner, and that'll bring up Eric
First
Jubarian.
baseman, number 6, Eric Jubarian.
Because Gansky's the catcher, they can have a runner, a courtesy runner with 2 outs. That's the rule. So a courtesy runner, number 25, coming in to the game for the Bloomington Bandits, and I do not have a 25 on my roster. Ain't that just the way it goes? So I can't give you that. Try to get the identity of the courtesy runner at first base for Gansky. Jubarian at the plate. He grounded out to the third baseman in his first appearance. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Danner delivers. Ground ball inside the bag and past the third baseman, Collier. And so he comes up with a base knock, single to left, and the runner moves over to second base.
Third baseman now, number 4, Ryan Walker.
Ryan Walker singled in his first appearance. He's coming to the plate now with 2 runners on. This is the biggest threat that the Bandits have had in this game. Walker singled with 2 outs in the second inning and was stranded. And the first pitch is over for a strike on the fastball. So Danner, with the first time he's got a runner standing behind him at second base. Jubarian at first and the courtesy runner at second. Walker, the manager's son, coach's son, at the plate. And he pops it up and foul and out of play, and the count goes to 0-2. So Danner trying to be effective with some pitches here to get himself out of this little mini jam, but the gapper here would tie this game, no doubt, with 2 outs. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on. 2-0 is your score here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ground ball towards first. It's going to be fielded by Balin, and he's going to come up and just take it himself. So the Baseball 365 squad gets out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit. Nobody left, or 2 left on base, and 1 walk in that inning. So we played 4 complete, and it is 2-0. Baseball 365 over the Bloomington Bandits. We're heading to the 5th, and you're watching PrepSpotlight.tv coverage of the Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament.
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. The memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community. Connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Back at Palm Field here in St. Anthony Village. Andy Price and Dave Ogle with you here. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Baseball 365 leading it 2-0 here on State A Sweet 16 Sunday. 4 teams will advance on to the quarterfinals, which will be played next Saturday. Batting will be the first baseman, Nate Balin, who made the nice play to in the last inning, but he first pitch swings and pops up foul to the third baseman.
Designated hitter now, number
it's Walker over there.
Mark Fenstad.
And Walker knocks it in or gets it in his glove, and that's the first out of the inning. Mark Fenstead now batting for Baseball 365. He's 0 for 2. Popped up to the center fielder and to the second baseman in his first 2 at-bats. And he swings and pops it up again. And again, it's the second baseman, Dahl, who's coming in, and the shortstop calls him off. And the shortstop, Tiemann, makes the play.
With 2 down,
so,
now the catcher,
2 pitches,
number 3,
2
Jack
outs,
Pyro.
and Jack Pyram is up. Pyram led off at the last inning, the 4th, reached base on an error, and then came around to score. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Fastball over by Seipel, and Nick gets the strike. So Nick's trying to conserve some pitches here. Just 3 pitches so far in this inning. 2 outs. Fastball is going to miss wide, and it's 1-1. Baseball 365 scoring 2 in the 4th inning to grab this lead. 2-0 here in the top of the 5th. And the curveball is belted out to right field, and going down and making the nice diving catch is the right fielder, and that ends the inning. So nice play there by Klinger. Didn't have him written down out there yet, so Klinger comes up with a nice play, and that's going to end it. So a 3-up, 3-down inning for Seipel and the Bloomington Bandits. They don't allow anything to happen, and now they will try to make something happen here in the bottom of the 5th inning. We're going to step aside for just a moment. You're watching PrepSpotlight.tv coverage of the Minnesota Amateur Baseball Tournament Class A style. We'll be right back. On to the bottom of the 5th inning. Baseball 365 in blue, leading it 2-0. Bottom of the 5th inning, the Bloomington Bandits, who had been perfect so far in the postseason, trying to make something happen here in the 5th. They stranded a couple runners in the 4th inning. See if they bottom of the order. It'll be Scott Davis, Ty Van Klinger, and Mike Dahl coming to the plate. That's who's scheduled to hit here against Noah Danner. Danner with 5 strikeouts and just 2 hits allowed so far for Baseball 365. So this is the first time all games of the state tournament are being streamed at one location, every game being seen here on PrepSpotlight.tv. It is a subscription service. Hope that if you are viewing us and watching it, that you will let everybody else know what's going on. Part of the reason why we are here and why we're in the subscription side of it is because in this world that we live in with the pandemic and limited fans and folks in part wanting to stay home if they're not interested in coming out to the ballpark when maybe they would have in the past just because of some cautionary concerns. So we are working with the Minnesota Baseball Association to bring all these games, 80 games across the board, and with the hope of also generating some revenue for the Minnesota Baseball Association and all the members of its the organization that are benefited by these tournaments being held. So Noah Danner comes up with the fastball to Scott Davis, and The count goes to 0-2 now. Davis, 0 for 1 on the game. He flew out to center field in the second inning. Ended the second inning. So Davis, the designated hitter, swings and misses, and that's strikeout number 6 for Danner. And it's quick 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Ty Van Klinger.
Ty Van Klinger made the nice play to end that last inning. Sliding on the knees to make the catch as the sinking line drive to right field. He delivers out to his counterpart in right field, and Milne Rojek makes the play. So first pitch swinging is Klinger, and he is out on that pitch, and 2 up, 2 down going to
With
Mike
two away,
Dahl.
Number 23, Mike Dahl.
Two up and 2 down, and Danner delivers to Dahl, and it's low. Fastball misses, and it's scooped out of the dirt by the catcher Perrin. Bottom of the 5th inning, it's 2-0. Baseball 365 in the lead. Fastball right at the knees. Nice pitch from Danner, and the count evens up 1 ball and a strike. Palm Field in St. Anthony Village, one of 4 sites this year for the state tournament, and excited to be at all 4. 1-1 pitch by Danner. Breaking ball is going to be off the plate, outside to the right-handed hitter Dahl. Right-handed hitting Dahl, and the count is 2 balls and a strike. Danner delivers. Foul tipped into the glove, and the count goes 2-2. 6 strikeouts for Danner in his work. Only 2 hits allowed. He has walked 1. Adjusts his cap and steps back out onto the mound, and out of the windup delivers outside, and the count goes full to Dahl. Already, as I said, 1 walk, and he walked Garrett Gansky the last inning. Did not hurt him. Full count pitch is fouled back and catches a piece of the catcher, Pyram, and we'll do it all over again. Full count pitch on the way. It's swing and a miss. Strikeout number 7 for baseball 365 pitcher Noah Danner, and we will go to the 6th inning at a 2-0 lead for baseball 365.
After 5
We're going to keep it here for this
baseball 365 2
half inning,
the
and
home of Bloomington Bandits 0.
Chat with you more about the
Reminder,
schedule
games
coming
will
up
be
today.
Continuing throughout the day today, we'll have more games scheduled at 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 7 o'clock as we continue throughout day 2 of the 2020 Class A Amateurs State Baseball Tournament at Palm Field.
Well, I was going to let the public address announcer give you the schedule for the day, but he opted just to give you the times of the game. So all 4 of these games today will be seen on PrepSpotlight.tv. Minneapolis Millers and Metro East will be going at it next, and the Millers look like the favorite right now. It's been 2 years since they won a state tournament, and maybe looking to bring in another one. They've won 14 state championships, and we'll talk a lot about that in their game, which will be coming up here at 1 o'clock as they take on Metro East. But you also have some other good matchups coming down the pike here. A little bit later on, you got the St. Paul Capitals playing. You got Air Freight playing in the late game also tonight, and should be a very fun time. We'll give you the rundown here on the games in just a moment. 8 games here in the Sweet 16. It's all single elimination from this point forward, so if you lose, you head out to the parking lot, crack open your beers, and think about what happened in this very crazy summer of 2020. It didn't look for a moment like we weren't going to have any baseball, but Town Ball came back in June, and
shortstop number 5.
we've been enjoying it. Sam Kulesa's up at the plate. He scored a run. He is 2 for 2 in the game, and Seipel delivers a pitch that's spinning on off speed, and it's swung on and missed. So he singled to left in the second inning, did Sam, and then he singled and scored in the 4th inning. 2 hits and a run. 0-1 pitch from Seipel, another breaking ball, chopped right at the third baseman, and takes a very funny hop. He was waiting for the high hop on the second one, and it skidded low and right through Walker's legs.
Number 19,
and so,
Paul Loeffler.
Because of that, we will give it an error 5. If you remember, when they scored their 2 runs in the 4th inning, it started with an error on the shortstop. So we'll see if they're able to make that happen again. Paul Leffler is now up. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI. He drove in the first run of the game on a ground out with a runner at third, with the catcher Pyram at third. He grounded out on a soft grounder to second, not allowing them to come home and make the throw, and that was good for the RBI. So he is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Runner at first, and they try to bunt him over, and it's bunted down the first base line and foul. Leffler with another wry smile as he hustles down the line a little bit. I don't know if they were giving him grief for not hustling or giving him grief for the bunt effort. It's a very buntable pitch on the breaking ball that was hanging up there, but it spun just into foul territory and out. Smoke billowing onto the field now, and that's because they fired up the grill. Concession stands and everything going on here. We've had some fun crowds. It's been great to come out here and see people. There's been some the proper amount of social distancing, but a lot of enjoyment of the game of baseball. Another bunt down the first base line. This one's fair. Seipel picks it up and throws it on to the first baseman for the out. Jubarian is there for the out, but it advances the runner over. So give him a sack on that. 1-3 on the sack, so that will not count as an at-bat, and that moves Kulesa over to second base, and Joe Collier comes to the plate. Collier with an RBI as well. He has a base hit and an RBI. He also grounded into a double play, which ended the second inning, but he atoned for that in the fourth with the RBI base hit to left field. So a runner at second, and he's got another chance to pick up another RBI with a solid base knock, I would guess, and he hit it right off the end of the bat, and it'll be another put out, this time one unassisted by the pitcher Seipel. It does move the runner over, so another ball right off the end of the bat from Collier.
With 2 away, the right fielder number 6, Quinlan Milne Rojak.
Quinlan Milne Rojak is up, and he is 1 for 2. He singled 2 left, a little blooper. He hits from the left side, and he squibbed one off the end of the bat and went over the third baseman's head for a base hit in the fourth inning. Runner at third, 2 outs, and Seipel delivers a fastball, strike 1. Trying to keep the damage off and not allow another run for Baseball 365 as we are into the 6th inning. Top of the 6th inning here. They are the Baseball 365 in blue is the visiting team. The Bloomington Bandits in the maroon tops, they are your home team. Seipel delivers fastball, and that catches the outside part of the plate to the left-handed hitting Milne Rojak, and it's 0-2. So Seipel working ahead here in the 6th inning. He has given up a runner, but not a base hit. It was an error that got Calusa started, and then he's been advanced over by a sacrifice and a ground ball. Fastball up high, misses, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So no hits so far in the inning, but there is a runner 90 feet away from making it a 3-0 game. Andy Price and Dave Ogle with you here for PrepSpotlight.tv. Game 5 of 80 in the state baseball tournament. Appreciate everybody who will be tuning in and listening to us today. Foul ball off the net, flared away, and the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Went to a few amateur baseball games throughout the summer in some smaller communities and just absolutely enjoying watching baseball at this level. Everybody playing for the love of the game and having some fun and getting the chance to get out and play, and now they're playing for a state tournament. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and timeout called with a runner at third, Calusa at third, in the top of the 6th inning. Milne Rojak, 1 for 2 on the day, looking to drive in a run, and he lifts one foul and out of play down the third base side, right over the dugout. Fights off the pitch and stays alive. He struck out in the 3rd and then delivered that base hit in the 4th inning. Now in the 6th, hoping that he can do something that would bring in their 3rd run of the game and give Baseball 365 that advantage of 3 runs going into their final 4 at-bats for Bloomington. Curveball grounded toward second base. Dahl's going to get over, scoop it, and fire on to Jubarian, and the out is recorded. So they are unable to push the 3rd run across. No runs on there, no hits in that, but they do leave a runner on base. They have now left 7 runners, has Baseball 365 in this game. We're going to step aside here and go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's PrepSpotlight.tv coverage of the state amateur baseball tournament. Thanks again to Xfinity and the X1 and Wings Financial for their support, and the Minnesota Baseball Association as well. We'll be right back after this.
What's special about high school sports? The passion, the excitement, the memories.
Now a 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community, connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
All right, back with you here for the bottom of the 6th inning on
Starting off with the Bandits,
PrepSpotlight.tv,
bottom
and
half of the 6th.
Baseball 365
Outfielder
leading
number
at 2-0 here in the
Connor
Sweet 16
O'Brien.
game, trying to advance on against the Bloomington Bandits. And the top of the order coming up for Bloomington, Connor O'Brien coming up. And Connor with 6 hits in his last 11 at-bats in pool play. They scored 8 and 9 runs in those 2 wins over Capitals and the Hops out of St. Paul. Noah Danner has pitched very well through 5 innings, and he starts off O'Brien with a strike, and O'Brien has struck out both times. He looks to lay down the bunt. And it is foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. O'Brien's pitch, or Danner's pitch to O'Brien, is wide, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Leadoff hitter here in the 6th inning, and he chops it, and that's going to bounce foul. Had it caught the grass on that first hop, it might have stayed fair, but it's spinning, and it works its way foul. So Danner has had O'Brien off balance today so far, and as I mentioned, in his the last 2 games, he was 6 for 11, 3 runs scored, and an RBI. So setting the table very well in their games and their wins in their pool play. This is the inning where he needs to set the table. We go to the 6th, curveball, and he reaches out and knocks it foul down the right field side and out of play. Bottom of the 6th inning here in St. Anthony Village, right off the high school, Palm Field. 2-strike pitch, fastball. Oh, and catcher Piram thought they had it. Thought he had strike 3, and Danner has to walk it off because he had a fastball right at the knees. It was believed to be just off the plate, and the count goes to 2-2. So Danner takes a stroll around the mound and cools himself off, and now sets himself back up out of the windup, and the delivery on the 2-2 pitch, and it's fouled away. O'Brien keeping his at-bat alive. It's O'Brien, Tiemann, and Robbins batting here in the 6th inning. 2 hits only so far. Swing and a miss. And that ball was caught, so no reason to throw down to first, and 3 strikeouts for O'Brien. 8 on the game now for Danner.
Timon.
Shortstop Tiemann at the plate, and he looks at ball 1. Left-handed hitting shortstop. He's 0 for 2 with a ground ball, 2 short, and a strikeout. Swing and a miss. Foul tip, and the count goes to 1-1. Danner with 8 strikeouts so far. He has been in control. Only one time, and that in the 4th inning when 2 runners were aboard. He went 1-2-3 last inning in the 5th with 2 strikeouts. This ball's hit hard to center field, tracking on it but unable to come up with it is the center fielder Fazio. He didn't get the best jump on it. Maybe the ball wasn't hit as well as I even thought. It was a good crack of the bat. He hesitated for just a second and that ball falls. So Tiemann comes up with a base hit, his first of the game. 1 for 3, and David Robbins comes up. And Robbins had put up some lofty numbers in those last 2 games where they were playing to get in to the tournament. Robbins homered. Oh, the throw down to first. They might have got him. Oh, they did not. They thought they had him. The throw down to first base. Nate Balin thought they might have got him before the hand came in, but not so is the case. As the runner, Tiemann was a little bit off the back, straying a little bit. Curveball over, and it's high. Another pitch that I think Danner thought he got. In those last 2 games in qualifying, David Robbins homered and was 5 for 10 with 3 RBI. Hard base hit. That's the best swing of the day. And Robbins lines one to right field for the base hit. The runner advancing only to second base. And with 1 out, there's 2 runners on. So Noah Danner having to get out of this jam, and he's got the 4 and 5 hitters that he's got to do it against.
Catcher now, number
2-0 lead.
Garrett Gansky.
Gansky 0 for 1 with a walk. He's the only Bandit to advance to second base before this inning, before Tiemann over at second base now. Danner delivers a breaking ball, and that's going to be in for a strike. So he gets ahead in the count and gets the call. He's had a couple pitches this inning that he's maybe had a slight disagreement on with what the call was, and see if he can compose himself. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Breaking ball, misses high and inside. A ball and a strike here. Bottom of the 6th inning, it's 2-0. And the Bloomington Bandits with their best threat of the game. Most serious threat, I guess would be the best way to put it. 1-1 pitch, pops straight up. That one stays in play, and it's Danner who says he wants it, but the catcher almost beheads Danner. Catcher should have that ball, but Danner said, I had a look at it, but Pyram said, nope, that's mine. I'm going to make the play. And his elbow almost caught his pitcher right across the forehead. So that's a big out as Gansky pops up to his fellow catcher for the 2nd out. So Jubarian now is up, and he's got runners at first and second. Jubarian with a single, 1 for 2. First pitch, straight fastball right above the knees. And Danner wanting to get ahead in the count. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning. He has yet to give up a run, and he's only given up 3 hits. Tying run on this game is sitting over at first base. Jubarian at the plate, facing Danner. Danner to the belt, delivers, and a breaking ball is good for a strike. Ball and 2 strikes now. First to 4 at the ball yard today. Danner delivers. Curveball hit well to right field. Going back on it is Milne Rojek, and he's going to haul it in. So Jubarian with a nice swing, and he gives it a ride, but it is right to Milne Rojek out and right, and that ends the inning.
Score remains the same. Baseball 365-2.
So no runs scored in that inning. They did get a hit, and they did leave 2 on base. I'm sorry, they got 2 hits. So 4 hits in the inning and leaving 2 on base. So they have left 5 runners on base, and they have not scored one. So we're going to the top of the 7th inning now. 2/3 of the way done.
Any donations to help the cause of spreading quality amateur baseball in the metro area.
I want to give everybody a reminder that you can visit townballmn.com and revisit the 2019 Emmy Award nominated series Town Ball Uniquely
very
Minnesota. It was
best
seen on
baseball.
Fox Sports North. It's still being seen on Fox Sports North. Produced by Big G Media. It's an 8-part series that looks at the very essence of Minnesota amateur baseball. And log on to townballmn.com and you can download your favorite episode for the entire series. If you are a member of Amazon Prime, you can do it for free. The Minnesota Baseball Association is proud to present the 2020 state tournaments. Follow along their website at mnbaseball.org or join the Twitter feed at Min, M-I-N-N, Baseball, at Min Baseball for their Twitter feed as they update all the scores and the brackets and everything that's going on and all the news of the day, as they have had to play a little scramble mode with their state tournaments. The B and the C were scheduled to be in New Ulm. City Council opted out of that due to concerns of the coronavirus. COVID-19, I guess, is what we officially call it, the after effects of the virus, or the effects of the virus. And so New Ulm is out, and they moved the B to Shakopee to Schlepper Stadium there. Beautiful ball field. There's so many beautiful ballparks. It's almost unfair to you shouldn't even have to use the adjective, because most of the town ball parks across the state are exactly that. And then the Class C will begin next week in Springfield and Milroy. So lots of baseball going on, and congrats to the Minnesota Baseball Association and those towns. A big thanks to the cities and the towns that have kept the tradition of the state baseball tournament alive. So we go to the top of the 7th inning. Baseball 365 batting with a 2-0 lead. Seipel's still pitching, and he gets the ground out of Will Fazio. So Fazio has gone 0 for 4 in this game, 2 strikeouts and now 2 ground balls back to the pitcher. So the high schooler from Lake High School getting his first start and leading off has not set the table yet. Playing a good center field. 1 out, and Ryan Engler will be batting. Engler 1 for 3. Singled in the 3rd. Did not lead to a run. Breaking ball by Seipel, and it's in for a strike. So Seipel was giving up the 2 runs, only one of them earned, and he's pitching here into the 7th inning. Still looking very strong on the mound. He's trailing 2-0. And the 0-1 pitch is on the way. Another spinner, but it's going to spin outside, and the count levels 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the 7th, a 9-inning game. Everything here is 9 innings. And the 1-1 pitch as Seipel takes his time looking in to get the sign, and fastball is going to catch the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Seipel has given up 8 hits. All of them are singles. 8 hits and 2 runs. 2-strike pitch misses outside. We're level, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Engler, the second baseman, for Baseball 365. 1 for 3. With a strikeout and a pop-up and a base hit to center field. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch, good fastball, inside right on the hands. And Engler does everything he can just to fight it off and foul it away so he can stay at the plate. Good pitch and a good piece of defensive hitting there with 1 out in the 7th inning. What a gorgeous day at the ballpark. Nice and cool, not very humid Sunday in August. 2-2 pitch, pop foul and out of play. And the kids scatter after it. It's fun to watch it. There's 4 or 5 kids hanging around the concession stand area, and as soon as the foul ball goes out of play, they're off running to see if they can track it down. Helping the crew out so they're get the balls back in play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Engler facing Seipel. Seipel delivers high above the head. Head high, but not at his head. And the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nick Seipel out of the windup, delivers a curveball. Slap past the second baseman Dahl and into center field. Actually, the right fielder will field it, and it's a base hit, his second for Engler. And with 1 out,
First baseman now.
a runner is on board.
Balin.
Nate Balin is at the plate. He is also 1 for 3. on the day. Top of the 7th inning. Game has been moving along pretty well played. Couple errors right now for the Bloomington Bandits. One led to a run. The other one didn't hurt. Fastball misses. Just off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Gansky catching. Thought he had that framed up on the corner, but not sold well enough. 1-0 the count, and Seipel delivers, and the pitch is high down the left field line. It's in foul territory. Tracking it down. Actually, the wind is blowing it back in, so the wind blowing towards that way, and that one goes over the head of the left fielder O'Brien, and it is a base hit. That one will end up just being a single. We'll call that a single, as that one started foul, well foul, as I'm looking right down the line. It was 5 feet foul, and the wind has just drifted it as it was high enough. And give him a base hit, his second hit of the game. So back-to-back base hits, and they're going to be singles. So that's 10 singles. Now the manager, George Walker, is going to head out just to talk to his crew. And I think Seipel, who's still looking very strong out there, just needs to know that was one of those balls that many times you think is going to be an out, but it drifted a good 10, maybe 12 feet back from foul territory into fair territory. And I don't think O'Brien played it very well, that's for sure, but it was one of those plays that can be very tricky at this time of the morning, especially a very high sky, some high clouds, and if you don't get a proper beat on it and you're running over to something that you think is going to be foul, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you see that maybe you even catch the line, the left field line underneath your feet as you drift from foul territory back to fair territory. So the manager, Walker, heads back out into the bench, and after talking to his pitcher, Nick Seipel, says, let's get some outs here. So Mark Fenstead at the plate. Fenstead 0 for 3. He's the DH. First pitch, fastball over the middle of the plate, hits off the net, and then comes back and hits Gansky in the helmet. That's a nice, it's like a pitchback net from our youth when we used to play with the pitchback. It came bouncing right off of that, and Gansky had no idea that was going to pop him right on top of the helmet. So first pitch is a foul ball, strike 1. Fenstead with 3 balls that he's hit in the air, and he pops that one up as well. So runners at first and second. It's 2-0 here in the top of the 7th inning. Seipel lines one straight back at us, and the count goes to 0-2. Seipel pitches, and Fenstead lines it right back at us, and it's 0-2. Third base coach streaking over for the Baseball 365 squad now, as there's a runner at second base. And the 0-2 pitch swung on and missed on a good curveball, and Fenstead goes down swinging. So a strikeout at a very appropriate time for Seipel, and 2 outs and 2 runners on. Baseball 365 has already stranded 7 runners through the first 6 innings, and now they've got 2 runners on again at first and second. Here comes your catcher, Jack Pieram, and he scored a run. He got on base on an error in the 4th and scored a run. One of the 2 runs. He's also got a base hit and a fly ball to right field. First pitch, fastball, outside corner, strike 1. Nick Seipel trying to get himself out of this, work himself out of this jam. Spinner misses low, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. At second base is Engler. At first base is Balin. Both on board with singles. Again, all singles. 10 of them total against Seipel. 1-1 pitch. That catches the knees and the plate, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Seipel trying to work himself out of this and give his squad a chance with 3 at-bats left to go to get those 2 runs back. But can he get out of this jam? That's the immediate question that we need to answer. 2-strike pitch is fouled back off the netting. Grabbed by the on-deck hitter, Kalesa. And he'll just hold on to it. Nobody was paying attention to him. So a ball and 2 strikes still. The catcher, Jack Piram, at the plate. Stiple with the curveball popped up, and that thing, it will also work its way out of play, and the kids go chasing again. Good breaking ball, and all Piram could do is fight that one off. Two on and 2 out here, top of the 7th inning. And Bloomington Bandits pitcher Nick Seipel delivers another fastball right at the letters, and it's squared up and fouled off. Next up, the Metro Knights and the the Minnetonka Millers. The Minnetonka Millers, one of the power teams in town ball in Minnesota, without a doubt. And the pitch. Grounded towards the right side and past the diving first baseman. Coming up throwing is the right fielder. There will be a play at the plate, and he is saved. He gets underneath the tag. So the throw by the right fielder, the throw by the right fielder Klinger gets to the plate on a couple hops, but Gansky's tag is after the hand gets through. So the run scores as Engler scores on the RBI single from Piram.
Shortstop number 5, Sam Kolesa.
And the runner, Balin, advances over to third on the throw to the plate. So runners at the corners now, first and third. And give him the RBI there. So the 11th single of the game, the third this inning. Kolesa pops it up. Gansky's got a chance for it, maybe, and it almost hits the tournament directorship as it barely gets over the net, and in a small 4-foot window between the press box and the net, it lands directly in that spot and almost impales part of the staff that's running this show. So a run scored here, and I apologize for not updating the score bug immediately. And it's 3-0. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. Kolesa at the plate, and he drives it out to right field. That'll hang up for Klinger. He came in on it hard, but he backs up, and Kolesa flies out and strands 2 runners with the third out of the inning. So a run is scored, and it will be an earned run. And they do it on 3 base hits. So 3 singles, 11 singles on the day, and still 2 runners left on base. So that number up to 9 runners left on base, and we are at the stretch right now, the 7th inning stretch, and you'd think we'd be doing a little take me out to the ball game, but I think we're going to bang a drum instead, or bang a gong, get it on. We're going to stay here, though, and keep it right here. And again, I want to invite everybody to, if you're watching us, the folks that are with us, if you are enjoying this coverage, the first weekend of 4 weekends of state baseball, amateur state baseball, let everybody know. If you know baseball fans that would enjoy watching these guys who've played from their very first year, we have some high schoolers out here, to guys like Nate Cousins, who's the manager of Baseball 365, who's played for 22 years. Mark Fenstead, the DH, 23 years. And there's the same thing across the Bloomington Bandits roster as well. You've got some guys who played many, many years here. You've got some young kids. You've got to try to keep the tradition of town ball, amateur baseball alive. And if you are enjoying this and want to watch some of the fantastic action the rest of today and next week here in Class A, which is the metro area, then you got Class B down at Shakopee, and you're going to see some great teams there. And always fun, the Class C, when you have 48 teams qualifying Class C from every corner of the state, and that will begin next week in Milroy and Springfield. Be sure to tell your friends and your families and baseball fans. Have some folks subscribing, as we are hoping that we're able to generate revenue for the Minnesota Baseball Association on this very tough year. And along the way, bring you some outstanding baseball action, which has never been seen via the stream right here on ProSpotlight.tv. So we appreciate your support, and if you can pass along to others and get them to support as well, we would greatly appreciate it, as would everybody who loves baseball in the state of Minnesota. So we're getting ready for the bottom of the 7th inning, and again, be sure to visit townballmn.com to revisit the 2019 Emmy Award-winning nominated series, Townball, Uniquely Minnesota, 8-part series that looked at the very essence of the Minnesota amateur baseball scene. Great series seen on Fox Sports North. Log on to townballmn.com and download your favorite episode via Amazon, and you watch them for free on it if you are an Amazon Prime member. So let's get to the bottom of the 7th, and Noah Danner still pitching for the Baseball 365 squad, who now lead at 3-0, and it is Ryan Walker, Scott Davis, and Tyvon Klinger who will be scheduled to hit, and Walker batting from the left side, the third baseman. He is 1 for 2. He delivered the first base hit of the game. They have 4 hits total. Pitch inside, missing by Danner. And the count is 1-1. Fastball just a little low. Again, Danner shaking his head, thinking he might have had that one. Sorry, count goes to 3-1. As the Bandits are looking to get a runner on board and get something started here. And Danner just delivers the fastball down the middle to make the count full. We are full up, 3 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter in the 7th. Danner delivers, and he misses low. So his second walk of the game, and it's a leadoff walk.
Designated hitter now, number
heard it
22, Scott Davis.
many a times, the leadoff walks tend to haunt. Scott Davis at the plate, he's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a fly ball to center field. So the 7, 8, 9 guys now trying to push some runs across. Throw over to first base, and back standing up is Walker. Bottom of the 7th inning, it's 3-0 now. 2 runs in the 4th and a run in the 7th for Baseball 365. Fastball over for a strike. Davis looks at that one. Out of the stretch, Danner delivers, and it's fouled straight back to the padding in the back, and 2 strikes now on Davis. Davis with the COVID growth, I would say, in the beard. The trendy look as we all went into hiding in March of 2020. Out now, enjoying our time in the sun. Runner at first, 2 strikes. Curveball, and he's going to go around. They're going to look at it, and yes, so the appeal to the infield umpire said he did break, and I don't think there's any doubt that Davis knew that he did, and that's strikeout number 9 for Danner.
Right fielder now, number 31, Tyvon Klinger.
Klinger with a runner at first. Pops it straight up. Center fielder coming in, and it was up high enough that he broke back, but he was able to make the correction and come charging in and make the play. So Klinger flies out to Fazio for the second out, and the runner who led off the inning with the walk is still sitting there at first base, and that's Ryan Walker. Mike Dahl, the number 9 hitter, is coming to the plate, trying to keep this inning alive. They're down 3 now, and they only have this and 2 more at-bats left to go. Fastball misses outside, and it's 1 ball, no strikes to Dahl. Dahl is 0 for 2 on the game. He grounded out to the first baseman, and he struck out. 4 hits only for the Bandits as the count evens up 1-1 with a fastball at the knees called for a strike. One pitch, curveball, and that is a strike. That's a very nice pitch from Danner. He hit the spot with that curveball, and he's ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 4 hits for the Bandits. Nobody's got 2 hits in the game on for the team from Bloomington wearing the maroon and white. 2-strike pitch and a good breaking ball that gets Dahl to back away and then swing off balance, and that's a strikeout. So 2 more strikeouts for Danner, and that ends the 7th inning. We're going to step aside. You're watching PrepSpotlight.tv. We're heading to the 8th inning, 3-0, baseball 365 over the Bloomington Bandits.
What's special about high school sports? The passion, the excitement, the memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! DuBois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community, connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Back with you. We had to do a quick little name check, and it's Grant Martinson who's pitching right now for the Bloomington Bandits. Martinson picking up a win during the playoffs with 5-inning pitch performance against the Capitals, I believe. Ground ball to the second baseman. Dahl picks it up and throws on to first base. So Connor O'Brien, I'm sorry, we flip it over here, and that was Leffler who grounds out 4-3. So Paul Leffler grounding out to start the 8th inning, and we are heading down the stretch here in this one. Top of the 8th inning, the Bloomington Bandits trailing 3-0 against baseball 365. 1 out here, top of the 8th. Martinson pitching, the right-hander, delivers, and it's popped straight back and foul. Another foul ball straight back to Joe Collier. Collier 1 for 3 with an RBI in this one. Martinson delivers and tries the bare hand catch one, coming right back up the middle as Collier with a bullet up the middle, up back through the box, and a base hit. His second hit.
Number 6, Quinlan Milne Rojak.
Quinlan Milne Rojak is at the plate, so trying to close the book on Nick Seipel. A solid effort, 7 innings. He did give up 11 base hits. 3 runs, 2 of them were earned. And 4 strikeouts. Martinson, to the left-handed hitting Milne Rojak, gets the strike called. No balls, 2 strikes. There's 1 out, a runner at first base here. Top of the 8th inning in baseball 365, and Blue leading at 3-0. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Good curveball that Milne Rojak fights off and fouls it back into the net. Count remains 1-2. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He had a base hit in the 4th inning to the left field. Struck out and has grounded out. Low fastball, and he fights it off and fouls it away. Baseball 365, 6 outs away from advancing on to a quarterfinal matchup. Runner at first, Collier. Pitches outside on the fastball. And the count runs even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. As I mentioned, Martinson in his last outing pitched 5 innings in relief and picked up the win. He's coming in here in the 8th inning, trying to keep things as they stand. And he gets the strikeout. Of Milne Rojak. So 2 down here, top of the 8th inning. We swing the lineup back up to the
Now
top.
batting for 365, number 4, Parker Hagebach.
We do have a pinch hitter, as Will Fazio will call it a day in center field, although they do have the substitution policy which would allow him to come back, and we have to get the pinch hitter, dig out the rosters here. Parker Hagebach is the pinch hitter. In the 8th inning. 2 outs and a runner on first. Martinson hits Hagebach with a fastball right off the shoulder. So the first hit by pitch of the game, and there's runners at first and second, and that will bring up Ryan Engler. Engler with 2 base hits on the game.
Now number 2, Ryan Engler.
And a run scored. Now he has a chance to drive in a run. Top of the 8th inning, it's 3-0. Baseball 365, not too far away from getting a chance to play another weekend. Curveball by Martinson is over for a strike. It was Martinson who did the courtesy running too. It was number 25 earlier in the game when Garrett Gansky came out, as the catcher does get the chance to have a courtesy runner. Breaking ball misses, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Up next, the Minnetonka Millers taking on Metro Knights. That game's scheduled to start at 1 o'clock. Fastball over for a strike to Engler. Engler 2 for 4. Had a pop out, a strikeout, and then 2 singles, 1 to center and 1 to right. Everything singles so far in this game for Baseball 365. And he did go around, Engler did go around and strike out. So strikeout swinging. And no runs are scored here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Or the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 1 base hit. And 2 more runners left on base because there was the hit batter. So they have stranded 11 runners now. Scored 3 times. So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. And the folks from Bloomington, the Bandits, will, in the next 6 outs, try to figure out how they can push across enough runs to either keep this thing going into extra innings or maybe even win it. We're going to stay here and one more time show you again what happened here last night. The St. Anthony Hogs were playing in the final game of the evening of the first day of Sweet 16 play, and they actually had a lead, a 5-0 lead, and then watched the Minneapolis Angels come back to tie it. And the game was a battle the rest of the way. It was 5-5 going into the 9th inning when Ethan Rowe came to the plate. He'd already homered 1 time for St. Anthony, and this ended the game. Steve Thompson from WCCO Radio with the call for us here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Runner Janke. Here's one hit in the air to left. Carrying deep, away back. Miller to the fence. It's gone! A 2-run bomb wins it. Ethan Rowe, a 2-run shot, and the St. Anthony Hogs defeat the Minneapolis Angels 7-5 in walk-off fashion. His 2nd home run of the night. A 2-run shot to left.
back with you here now. Today, that was last night here at the ball yard, Palm Field, as the host team advances on to the Final 8, where they will take on the defending champions, the Minneapolis Cobras, next week in a 1 o'clock game right here at Palm Field. Noah Danner still pitching for Baseball 365, and he's facing Connor O'Brien, who is 0 for 3, and all 3 with the K in the book. So he's trying to get the ball in play, and he's finding himself down 0-2 quickly here in his 4th at-bat in the 8th inning. And O'Brien had been a very good table setter so far playoff-wise. He's got to try to get something done here, and he looks at a fastball right at the knees, strike 3. It's a good spot on that pitch, and a fastball catches him looking, and Danner at 11 strikeouts.
Number 24 with one away, and Jack Timon.
Brings up the shortstop, Jack Timon, and he is 1 for 3, and he's first pitch swinging and hacking it foul, and the count goes to 0-1. So Danner working into his 8th inning now with 11 strikeouts. Giving up 4 hits. Breaking ball over for a strike, and he's up ahead in the count, quickly 0-2 to the shortstop, who's 1 for 3. Danner with the fastball misses just off the plate, and the count 1-2. Getting a great pitching performance here today. Could it move Baseball 365 on to the quarterfinals? Danner swing and a miss on the pitch that was off the plate, and he gets Timon to go down swinging. That's strikeout number 12, and in fact, he's now struck out 4 of the last 5 batters he has faced.
Center fielder now number 28, David Robbins.
David Robbins coming to the plate. And the first pitch swing, and hits it to Collier at third base for 365, and he fires across the diamond for the out. In a very expeditious 3-up, 3-down inning for Noah Danner and Baseball 365. So we're going to the 9th inning, and it is a 3-0 lead for Baseball 365 against the Bloomington Bandits. You're watching PrepSpotlight.tv's coverage of the State Amateur Baseball Tournament.
First baseman number 28, Nathan Balin.
We go to the 9th inning here at Palm Field at St. Anthony Village. It's 3-0 Baseball 365 over the Bloomington Bandits. The Bandits are the home team. Martinson pitching for the Bandits, in the first pitch to Mark Fenstead is fouled away. Fenstead his 5th plate appearance, and he grounds to the third baseman. Picked up by Walker. Walker's going to fire across, and it's an error, and gets away from the throw gets away from the first baseman. We'll call that E5.
Designated hitter now number 22.
That is the third time that. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Balin right there. My bad. So that's the third time Balin reaches, and now it's Fenstead. I was one ahead of me. It's the third error. And Fenstead fouls it off. Fenstead also making his 5th trip to the plate, and he is 0 for 4. on the game. Balin, the first baseman for Baseball 365, has now reached base 3 times, 2 base hits, and he reaches on the air. So nobody out here in the 9th, and Baseball 365 with a 3-0 lead, trying to add some more. Pitch for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2. Mortensen facing Fenstead. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch outside. He gets him fishing. And Fenstead is going to finish the day, well, at least through the 9 innings, 0 for 5. And his second strikeout of the game. So that's Mortensen's third strikeout in his inning and a third right now of relief. Jack Parham at the plate. Parham the catcher for Baseball 365. He's got 2 base hits and has also reached on an error and scored a run. Runner at first and an out. In the 9th. Mortensen delivers and gets another strike. Runner off and running, and they're going to get the out at second as Balin was off and running. Thought he had the right jump on the pitcher, but the pitcher was able to step off before he had committed to going home, and the out is made on a 1-4 pickoff put-out, and the second out. So now there's nobody on for Parham. And just like that, the base is clear and the swing and the miss on the fastball from Mortensen. 2 outs, top of the 9th. The Bandits will get one more crack at the plate. Fastball up and in. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch from Mortensen, and he's going to get it with a strikeout on the outside corner. He gets it looking. So his 2 innings of relief has garnered 4 strikeouts, and we will go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and we're just going to keep it here instead of heading off to break and help tidy this thing up if it is a tidy bottom of the 9th inning. It's not always guaranteed. That's why we play 9 innings. You got to get all 27 outs here in the Sweet 16 of Class A. Interesting to see as we get the lineup come back out if it's going to be Noah Danner, who has struck out 4 of his last 6 batters, and Danner is strolling back out towards the mound. So number 17, Noah Danner, is going to try to close this off and pitch his Baseball 365 team into the quarterfinals and a possible date with the juggernaut Minnetonka Millers or maybe the upstart Metro Knights. That's the next game in the Sweet 16 here at Palm Field. Danner has pitched very well, 12 strikeouts. And he's going to face the number 6, 7, and 8 hitters. I'm sorry, he's going to face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in this inning. So he's facing Garrett Gansky, Eric Jubarian, and Ryan Walker. Each of these 3 guys have reached base against Danner today.
Starting off with
Danner has recorded a strikeout in every inning he has
Garrett Gansky
pitched. Gansky is 1 for 2 with a walk. He did strike out in the second inning, and Danner comes out firing with a breaking ball that misses high. So they need 3 to keep this thing going. 4 would win it. We're in the bottom of the 9th, and Danner fastball misses inside, and it's 2-0 to Garrett Gansky. Swings at the 2-0 pitch and fouls it down the line and makes the count 2-1. The Bandits have not had a runner get past second base today. Low on the fastball, 3 balls and a strike. So they have been shut out and they have not seen third base. They've not reached third base. 3 balls and a strike. Danner trying to get the leadoff hitter Garrett Gansky to start the ninth, and the 3-1 pitch is fouled off, and the count runs full. Danner with 12 strikeouts. 3-2 pitch on the way, fastball low. Third walk of the game. So we'll see. Manager Nate Cousins,
First baseman now, number 6, Eric
just
Jubran.
in the last outing, pitched a complete game. How long this leash is. There is activity starting down the right field line, the bullpen for 365. I'm blocked to see who it might be, but I see some folks wandering down there. Eric Jubarian to the plate. He's got a base hit. He's 1 for 3. Breaking ball over for a strike. Danner has been in control of this one. 12 strikeouts. But he has had 3 walks. Another pitch over the plate, and it's 0-2 to Jubarian. Jubarian singled to left in the 4th inning. Grounded out on a flyout. Round out his at-bats. Runner at first leaning back towards first, and a chopper back to the mound. Danner bounces off of it, throws over to get the out at first. He knows that runner at second base right now doesn't mean anything in a 3-run lead at the ninth. So Danner gets Jubarian to go 1-3 in the scorebook. And Ryan Walker, who has reached base twice, he is the only Bloomington Bandit to reach, besides Gansky, who's at second base right now. They're the only 2 that have reached base twice, and Gansky's walked twice. So a walk and a single for Walker, and he's first pitch swinging, and he fouls it off. Danner, 2 outs away now from the shutout, although I'm not sure he'd care that much about it if he could get those 2 outs and even allow that runner at second base to score. Strike 1 to Walker. Walker with a single to left. Fastball is going to catch the plate. Right at the knees, 2 strikes. He walked in the 7th, and he also grounded out to the first baseman unassisted in the 4th inning. Runner at second. 3-0 is your score. The team in blue, Baseball 365, needing 2 outs to advance on. Walker drops one over the third baseman's head, and it's going to be foul. Wind still blowing straight out to center field right now, and that one was over the head of Collier and too far away for the left fielder. For the left fielder Leffler to track it down. So Walker with 2 strikes on him now. And Danner tries to finish him off, and this curveball does just that. So Walker strikes out. That's strikeout number 13 for Danner. Very impressive performance.
Number 22, Scott Davis.
And Scott Davis is the person who possesses the last gas for Bloomington. And the ground ball to second base. It gets eaten up by the grass, fielded by Engler, and the throw over, and that's the game. So a complete game win for Noah Danner and Baseball 365. It's a final. It's in the books.
And after 9 innings complete, we have a score of Baseball 365.
Baseball 365 advances on to the round of 8 with a 3-0 shutout. A valiant pitching, great pitching performance by Noah Danner, striking out 13 along the way. And they get the win. We're going to take a break, and then we'll come back and just give you the totals and wrap it up as we get ready for our 1 o'clock game and the Minnetonka Millers. We'll be right back after this.
Next week on Saturday, August 22nd.
What's special about high school sports? The passion, the excitement, the memories.
Down on three at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community, connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
And welcome back here to now a little bit of a breeze kicking up and right into the microphone. Sorry about that. Here at Palm Field, we're sitting outside in the stands. A beautiful Sunday in the stands. And we're just going to give you the quick wrap-up as Baseball 365 knocks off the Bloomington Bandits 3-0. That's the loss, the first loss of the postseason for the Bandits, and their season is done. And you have to tip your cap to the slender right-hander from Baseball 365, Noah Danner, getting the job done. The complete game win, 13 strikeouts, 3 walks. He gave up 4 hits as they get the win. So the Baseball 365 team moves on with a 3-0 win, getting 3 runs on 12 hits, no errors. Bloomington Bandits, no runs on 4 hits. They did commit 3 errors, one of them costly, leading to the first run of the game. But they scored 2 in the 4th, did the Baseball 365, one off of the air on a few other base hits, and then they added another one in the 7th inning to round it out and get the win. The winning pitcher, Noah Danner, Nick Seipel, with a pretty valiant effort himself. He went 7 innings, gave up 11 hits, but only the 3 runs, and he did battle those 3 errors as well. So that's the way it wraps up here. Baseball 365 will take on the winner of the Metro Knights and the Minnetonka Millers, and that will have that game for you at 1 o'clock